I hardwired a radar detector into my 2026 Z4 M40i. This video is not an instructional video because I am in no way qualified. It's simply me uploading a video of how I installed a radar detector to my G29 through the rear view mirror housing. I've been running my radar detector for months using the long cigarette lighter cable that came with the detector, but that wire always sat in the wad and blocked the wireless charger. If you weren't aware yet, there's a power source that can be spliced inside the rear view mirror housing of the 2026 Z4 M40i. I had to buy a kit which includes a pair of wires that includes an inline voltage regulator and a plug that fits the radar unit. To connect it inside the housing, I didn't even bother taking the rear view mirror connector apart. I'm just pushing the soldered ends of the kit's wires straight into the entry ports of the rear view mirror connector, as if they were male leads. This is much different than the safer method of tapping circuits through the fuse box. But this rear view mirror splice avoids a long wired run to the fuse box. For my Z4, similar to other BMWs, the brown wire is the ground wire. I assume the wire with the voltage regulator carries the power and has to be connected to the rear view mirror's power wire, which is the red and white wire, which means the other wire must be the ground and connected to the brown wire. And with those wires plugged in, an initial test proves my hard wiring setup works. My radar comes immediately on. I skipped over the rear view mirror housing disassembly. The two pieces of the rear view mirror housing simply pry apart easily with a plastic panel remover tool. I don't think you need to physically remove the rear view mirror from its base, as I kind of accidentally did here, but it did make it easier to access the wire junction and to show it off in this video. Anyways, the wire that came in the detector kit is about 5 to 6 feet long, which is way too much wire to fit inside the shroud around the mirror's base. I can fit the voltage regulator into the mirror shroud, but not all that wire. I couldn't just shorten one end of the wire since the voltage regulator is on one end and the wire and the plug is on the other. I had to splice the middle section of the wire out between the voltage regulator and the plug. And then while splicing the two ends back together, I had to make sure to keep track of which set of cut wires needed to be reattached. After reconnecting, I heat shrank rubber sleeves over the exposed splices with a heat gun to avoid any shorting. Again, I do not do this for a living, I'm just telling you what I did. After making the radar detector's power wire much shorter, I had to reseed the soldered leads into the mirror's power connector as I previously showed. I'm hoping some electrical tape wrapped around the wire connector where I had connected the bare leads into helps keep the wires seated and protected from shorting. Reassembling the mirror base is easy. I just lined up the tabs on the two sides of the mirror base and pushed them together around the mirror joint. The only trick is holding the transformer in place while trying to feed the power wire through the mirror joint hole at the same time. I left a lot more wire than I needed to, just in case I wanted to remove the detector unit somewhere else on the windshield screen. My wife thinks I left too much wire, so maybe I'll go back and try to stuff some more of that excess wire into the housing. But that's pretty much it for the wiring of my radar detector. I'm planning on posting a video of a dash cam setup on my 2026 Z4 as well. Hope this video helps other G29 orders. I'm sure it's probably relative to other 2026 BMW models, but I really don't know. You're welcome to leave any tips and or comments. Thanks for liking the video. Until next time, bye for now.